Hey there, Coastal Bend Chris Thomasson, joined by Islanders men's basketball coach Steve Lutz. And Coach, first off, I just want to thank you for joining us. A brand new segment here called Hang Time. We got the little 5-minute counter down there in the corner. So I just, I want to start off a little interview throughout the season. First off, thank you for joining us.
No problem, Chris. Glad to be here.
All right, Coach. Well, first off, I want to ask you, obviously, a huge season last year. You win the Southland Championship. You go to the NCAA tournament for the first time in 15 years, but you guys kind of did it as the underdogs last year in the conference. Now you're the preseason number one. So how do you guys go about handling those expectations?
Well, we address the expectations, as they were presented to us, but really we don't talk about them a whole lot. I'm one that believes in the process, and obviously the process for us is to get better each and every day, to have a good practice and then stack another good practice on top of that one, on top of another one. And if we continue to do that, then we're going to put ourselves in the position, to be right there to win the conference at the end of the year. So it's no different than anybody else working in the regular workforce. You've got to continue to put good day after good day after good day, and then good things are going to come your way.
So you guys are one of the few teams in the country that have every starter returning. I know we were talking a little bit earlier that can be good and bad. So is this team where it needs to be for the opener this week?
Man, that's a tough question. Practice today was good, but then I would say if you'd asked me that question a couple days ago, I don't know that I could have answered it and said that we're ready. I mean, I'm sure we're like any other team across the United States. Every coach wants more time to get their team prepared. Every coach wants, more time to implement maybe a new offensive play or a wrinkle here or a wrinkle there. But, the fact of the matter is we got to go to Mississippi State on Monday, and we've got to play. So we have a lot of experience returning. You have to believe that experience will be able to, adapt as things come at us throughout a game. Maybe that you're not prepared for. But at the end of the day, you're playing basketball, and there's only a certain number of ways that you can run an offense or run a defense. So we've got good players, and I'm sure that they'll be ready to compete. That's definitely something that I know we're ready for.
Well, you mentioned Mississippi State. That's a big opener SEC game on the road. You then have UTSA later in the week, Friday, for the home opener. So kind of give me a quick rundown on those teams. I'm not one to look ahead. So to talk a little bit about Mississippi State, I mean, they've got a fantastic post player, probably one of the best that we'll face all year long. They've got a bunch of new faces, very much like us coming into last season here. So it's a little bit hard to prepare for because, we don't have any game tape. This is their first game. It's our first game. But I can promise you that Chris Jan's the new coach there. He's a good basketball coach. I've known him for years. We've been friends for a long time. He's going to have the team prepared. They're going to play really, really hard. They're going to be one of the best offensive rebounding teams in the SEC and in the entire country would be my guess. And he's going to play very similar to the way we do. He's going to play motion offense, but he's going to really try and focus on getting his best player the ball, who happens to be a center. All right, Coach. Well, how about for you? Do you ever get nervous before a game or especially a season opener?
Absolutely, man. I haven't slept real well probably over the last couple weeks. But that's just normal. That's normal for coaches as they head into the season. I'm not one of those guys, though, that has to go to the bathroom and throw up before the game or any of that craziness. But, yeah, I'm nervous about, your team going on the road at an SEC opponent's venue and performing. But it is what it is. You still got to go play the game.
All right. Well, I think we got one more real quick. What do you think that atmosphere is going to be like at the Dugan on Friday?
Oh, the atmosphere against UTSA should be off the charts. We'll have our, obviously it's our first game at home. It's on campus. We've got our largest freshman class in history on campus. We had a really good Island Madness a couple weeks ago. So I think the students are excited. The deep end is excited. And then on top of all that, they're going to have a whiteout. So, I would like to think, does that mean I'm out of time, Chris?
You're good.
What's going on here?
You're good. I should have prepped you for that. No, we're good. We got just a few more seconds of overtime here.
Okay. Yeah, we had a great Island Madness a few weeks ago. And then, we've got a whiteout on top of that. So I would expect students to be lined up and ready for the game. And I would expect the line to be out the door prior to the tip-off. So it should be a great night. And I couldn't be more excited about getting back home and playing on campus in our first one.
Well, Coach, we are excited for this season. Obviously, a great run last year. Hopefully, you can make it a back-to-back appearances in the NCAA tournament. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you at the next one.
Sounds good, Chris. Thank you.
All right. There you go, Coastal Bend. We'll see you next time.